Pokemon is one of the most popular franchises in the world, and there are so many discoveries to be made about these creatures and the series that I thought we would cover Pokemon facts that you already know, but maybe some you didn't. So here is 27 Pokemon facts you already knew. The aroma that arises from Meganium's petals contains a substance that calms aggressive feelings, but something you already know is that Meganium has 4 legs. In Pokemon Red and Blue, you could fish inside buildings that had Rhydon statues, and using an old rod will net you a Magikarp. But did you know that Magikarp is water type? Cosmoem is only 10 centimeters tall, but it weighs 100 grams short of a metric ton at 999.9 kilograms. This means that Cosmoem is tied with Cutiefly, Flabebe, and Joltik as the smallest Pokemon, but it is also tied with Celesteela as the heaviest Pokemon. And you may be wondering how that's even possible, but Cosmoem is based on a protostar, which are insanely dense baby stars, which means there's a lot of weight in a smaller space. But would you believe me if I told you that Cosmoem evolves from Cosmog? We all know Pokemon Red and Blue released in 1998 for the Game Boy, but Pokemon Green released alongside Pokemon Red first in Japan in 1996. This featured Venusaur on the cover, whereas Charizard was the cover for Pokemon Red and Blastoise was the cover for Pokemon Blue. But did you know that Pokemon Blue also released in Japan 8 months later than Red and Green with updated graphics and script, and that was used as the base for the worldwide releases? But in these games, you can pick Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander as your starter Pokemon, which you already knew, of course. There is a theory that Gengar is the shadow of a Clefable, but there may be more evidence of this than you think. Gengar has a Pokédex entry that states, "Sometimes on a dark night, your shadow thrown by a streetlight will suddenly and startlingly overtake you." It is actually a Gengar running past you, pretending to be your shadow. Gengar can also learn the move Metronome by TM or TR in generations 9, 8, and 1, and then you can transfer it from generation 1 to 2 by Time Capsule, but in every other generation only by visiting a move tutor in Fire Red and Leaf Green and transferring through the rest of the games. But did you know that Gengar is one of 3 Pokemon in Generation 1 with the Ghost typing? Poltegeist has a signature move that Sinistea does not get, and it's called Tea Time, which makes every Pokemon on the field eat the berry it's currently holding if it is holding one. This Pokemon also has 2 forms which you may have never heard of, which are the Phony and Antique forms, with the Antique one having a stamp on the underside of it, and it is a much more rare Pokemon with a 1% encounter rate in most circumstances. But the craziest thing about this Pokemon is that it is actually the tea in the teapot. Quickfire facts, go! Marill is blue. Ash wears a hat. Mew is a mythical Pokemon. Misty has orange hair. Tell me if you like this video in the comments. Volcanion is fire and water type. MowerOfTheLawn's favorite Pokemon is Pachirisu. I'm MowerOfTheLawn. Pokemon Go is a mobile game. Rotom has 6 different forms. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee is on the Nintendo Switch. Turtwig is a starter Pokemon. Generation 5 is the best. I stream on Twitch 5 days a week. Meowth is Pokedex number 52. Mienfoo evolves into Mienshao. Alrighty, back to normal. Speaking of back to normal, Clefable is now a fairy type, and it used to be a normal type until Generation 6, but Jigglypuff became normal and fairy in Generation 6. The user gazes at the target rather charmingly, making it less wary. This harshly lowers the target's attack stat. This description is for the move Charm, but did you know Charm has 20 PP? Delibird, like 50% of humans, have their sac attached to their bodies. Sableye eats gems and they float to the surface of its body, and this means that there can be an infinite amount of different Sableye patterns, but I bet you knew that Sableye had no weaknesses until Fairy type was introduced. There are 18 Pokemon types, but fire is weak to water, rock, and ground. If you enjoyed this video, could you leave a like on it because I enjoyed making this one? I would love to make some more. Thanks for watching.